Hi, welcome back to the Chasing Tone podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Max.
So, I gotta say something. There's hijinks going on. That's a good word.
Shenanigans, if you will.
You know what a word I really like? Cahoots.
That's when you're in on something together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I
You
love
guys
that
are in
word.
cahoots with the shenanigans.
Yes, exactly.
Tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery, if you will. Yeah.
Leave it to the English major.
Yeah. No,
I don't speak English.
cahoots. I love cahoots. But, okay, there is some tomfoolery going on, some witchcraft in the pedal biz that I'd like to
Wizardry.
report. Wizardry, if you will.
Yep.
There are damn wizards working for TC Electronics.
It's time to bring that to light.
It is like we need to hashtag Salem, right?
It's true. If they float,
We need
Some
to
serious witchcraftery.
we need to burn them at the stake. And the reason I say this is they sent me this Hall of Fame mini
We
pedal.
traded.
Well, right, but it was super nice of them to do it. You know, yeah. So,
They sent us all stuff.
yeah. So, yeah, they sent you the big one.
Yeah, I got the Hall of Fame, and you got
I got the mini.
You got the David Hasselhoff one, right?
Yeah, yeah, the Hoff. Don't hassle the Hoff.
Yeah.
But anyways, they sent you
The triple flashback.
yeah. But anyway, this thing, okay, and people listening to this probably already know, but if you don't know,
This is why you should not like TC Electronics.
this is why you should not like TC Electronics.
You should like DC Electronics.
They gave me this pedal, and if you don't like the way it sounds, you can take your cell phone and change it. No joke.
Yeah, it literally download new sounds
Instantly.
to the pedal.
Instantly. It's called the Tone Print.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see this, probably not. But it's an app, so they have like their artists, they have their signature like reverb sounds for what I have, obviously, because it's a reverb. You just hit the one you want, and then you
Boom,
beam
new
it.
sound.
You beam it through the pickups of your guitar.
Into outer space first.
Well,
And
see,
then down.
don't tell me that, because then I'll totally not like them. So like, because then
See, Starlight is what helps make the tone so good.
basically I have to put on an aluminum foil hat to make sure I'm safe when I use this. But no, seriously, you take your phone, you hit this beam, and it says look at your product, and it says put it right over your pickups, and it makes a funky noise when it goes through. Your pedal flashes, and then when your pedal's done flashing, the whole process takes like 4 seconds or something.
Witchcraft.
Yeah.
Complete witchcraft.
Then your pedal is a completely different pedal.
Yeah. There's hijinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's kind of awesome, though.
Oh, dude, it's stupid awesome.
Especially people for like ADD. I'm like, wonder what this sounds like. I wonder what this sounds
Yeah,
like. I wonder what
That's
this
the
sounds
thing.
like.
I mean, yeah.
And
can
then
get
if you
a zillion different sounds.
And if you don't like the sounds that they've preset,
You can make your
okay,
own.
you plug it into your computer and you have control over every, what's a parameter?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So
Yeah, I got to try that part.
there's
that'd be
witchcraft. It's witchcraft.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And they have like a 7-second delay for the flashbacks.
What?
Yeah, so it's like donk. Then you like with ADD, you forget what you're talking about. It's like donk. I was like, where the heck did that come from? Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, seriously, good job, TC. Man.
Yeah,
that
thank
was
you very
cool.
much.
And thank
That's
you.
awesome.
But yeah, that was because Max was like, "Yeah, have you ever messed with the tone print editor?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because I thought you just, it's one knob, one button.
Yeah.
So I just plugged it in and turned it on. It sounded good, But to me, and I'm probably gonna catch some slack for this, but to me, it's reverb. It has to be like cathedral for me to think it's bad for guitar. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's such a subtle effect the way I use it. That it has to sound really bad for me to not like it.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame's got a really good room setting that I actually really like a lot.
Nice. Oh, the regular one, because you can just flip it in. Yeah, it's
That's
just
got a really because I like just a touch of room ambience. So
yeah, ambiance, if you will,
ambiance.
But no, it's really cool.
Or if you're in Martinsville, Indiana, where we are, ambience.
Ambiance.
That's also till it takes you to the hospital.
Yeah,
Just-
ambulance.
Ambulance.
Ambulance. There's a YouTube video where
Bambulance.
this old guy beats the crap out of a guy that's younger, and the guy that's younger is like, "Oh, call the ambulance, call the ambulance." And somebody films like, "He's leaking." Instead of bleeding, she's like, "He's leaking.
He's leaking.
Call the ambulance."
Bring ambulance.
And the old dude is wearing a shirt that says "Bad MFer."
I've
It's
seen
like,
that.
why would you start a fight with a guy that wears a shirt that says "Bad MFer"?
Yeah.
Come on. All right. That was a serious. That wasn't even a come on. That was a come on.
But seriously,
Come on.
TC, good job.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. It's general hijinks and tomfoolery. And is it Stephen and Tor?
Yeah, Stephen. And yeah, Tor.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Killer stuff. Okay. This is kind of a short one, but Peter Anderson, who shares a name with an unbelievable guitar player.
Yep.
You know, Pete Anderson was Dwight Yoakam's guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, did all that crazy cool stuff. He's also like a stupid good blues artist, you know, but very unique. You ever listen to him?
Not a whole lot. I need probably
Man.
to.
He's great. He's just got
He
it.
does some producing and stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a lot of production. Yeah, he does a lot of good stuff, man. Check him out. But I like to play rhythm guitar. I sometimes feel like I'm the only such guitar player in the world. I even called Betty Ford. No, I didn't, besides I live in Denmark, to hear if they had a program for me. Most drive pedals seem to cater to lead. What are your thoughts on the sound of rhythm guitar? My plexi drive works well, awesome with chords, while some pedals certainly do not. How is that? I kind of see what he's saying. A lot, like for instance, when you see demos of pedals online, most of the time it's people showcasing the lead tones, especially if it's a fuzz or something like that. And we're guilty of that with the Velvet Fuzz. We did a lot of lead tones to where somebody in the comments said, "What they don't tell you is it's great for stoner rock." I'm like, yeah, man. But no, it is. It's good for that stuff. But at the same time, I love rhythm guitar. If it were up to me, I would probably be a rhythm guitar player in a band. Mm-hmm. I just love it. I love sitting in the pocket. It's awesome. What?
You're so good at lead. Why would you ever want to just play rhythm?
The feeling of hitting the right chord at the right time with the right
that, and I'm going to say something arrogant. I'm pretty good at it. You know what I mean? Like I like knowing, like 15 ways to play an A chord. You know what I mean? I like finding which one's going to frame a melody best. I like listening to a singer and thinking to myself, well, they have kind of a higher timbre, so I'm going to play something lower on the neck.
To me, there was always just something about hitting a loud cranked amp with like an A chord.
Yeah.
And just full blown.
I get it. I get when Derek Williams, the guitar player at the time for Jake Owen, he plays the 20,000 plus, and he plays all his amps pretty much on 8 wide open. And I told him, I said, next time I go to a sound check, I said, I don't even need to fret the guitar. Can you just make an A chord, and then with my right hand, I can just strike the strings just to hear it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like you said, it's just a cranked amp. There's that feeling there. Yeah.
That connection.
But I understand what he's saying, but I'll also, not argue, I'll discuss. Contrarily, is that a word?
It's a very diplomatic way to put it.
Yeah, but I think most pedals, can sound great for rhythm guitar, but you may have to EQ them to sound that way. If I'm going to use a plexi, that's why like the Plexi Drive Deluxe is cool, because it has the boost on it to where you can set a rhythm tone, hit the boost, excuse me, and take you into lead tone. But I do think if I'm using a Euphoria, to me that is a rhythm pedal. Or if I'm going to use it for lead, I will combine it with something.
Yeah, I'll stack it with something.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's just different ways to use different pedals. But that being said, I totally get what the guy's saying. What do you think?
Sure.
That's a good segue. Somebody said, let's pick something Max wants to talk about and let him go.
Yeah,
that'd be terrible.
What is it?
That was
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
Todd Gilbert from
Todd
Facebook.
Gilbert says from Facebook.
For once, ask Max what he wants to talk about and just let him go.
What would you like to-
Marketing, free the Beagle and see where it leads.
Free the Beagle.
Free the Beagle.
That's weird.
I've worked in marketing before. I've never heard that phrase.
Dude, I used to be a paralegal for a prosecutor's office in Marion County. You know this, right?
For a prostitute's office.
I wish. No. It'd probably be a lot of work if you're a paralegal for a prostitute's office.
Probably wear like a feathered hat, and gold teeth.
No, that's a pimp.
Oh,
But it's pretty much the same thing.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
I think you're supposed to let Max talk.
Yeah.
So natural peanut butter. What's the story? You got to stir it. You got to refrigerate it. Son of a.
And it's got the
biscuit.
oil on top.
No.
Doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, but why? No. Why would you ever do that? That's why they don't let me talk.
I'm
Organic.
Organic.
For freeing the Beagle, though.
Oh yeah, freeing the Beagle. But there used to be a a bar called the Legal Beagle, and that's
The Legal Beagle.
the Legal Beagle, and that's where everybody from the courthouse would go to eat.
See, I'm not a host. I don't have like topics I can talk about. I just crack a joke every 5 minutes. That's my shtick.
That's my thing. That's my
what
jam.
I do.
That's my jam.
I just make fun of what they say. I don't really have my own subjects I can talk about. It's like
No, you do. I could probably get you going. We'll discuss more, but I'll keep in the back of my head some things that could get you going. All right, here we go.
Pay for play versus paid for gigs.
no.
No.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I will think of something while we discuss. Jeff, is it Major or Mager? Mager.
Yes.
Yeah. How would you say that English? But like he's trying to flirt with the camera.
I'm watching you, Jeff Maker.
He said, "I'm watching you, Jeff Maker." But there are multiple places in the signal chain where I can shape my tone knob on guitar, each pedal, and at the amp. In which order do you normally tweak things? If you filter out certain frequencies earlier in the signal chain, are you limiting your options closer to the amp? Man, here's the thing, and I'm not trying to sound like so experienced, but I do have a little experience with this. I've been playing guitar for a while. I've been working in this industry for a few years. That's something we don't think about because we just think more options. But if you think about it, especially if you're playing Brian Wampler pedals, then there's a lot of features on each pedal that shape your tone. Then obviously there's an EQ at the amp. There's a tone knob. You could have an EQ pedal. You could have a buffer that's introducing highs. Mm-hmm. There were air quotes there because it really doesn't introduce the highs. It restores them. The highs were always whatever. We've talked about that before.
Right.
But
Google
that's
buffers.
that's got to be pretty overwhelming if you're not really familiar with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while to get used to it, I think.
It
did for me when I first started working here.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, there's all these knobs. I'm used to 3.
Yeah,
It's like-
In and on and off.
But the thing is I don't really know where to start. Personally, I guess I can't give advice, but I can tell you what I personally do. Personally, I start with my guitar tone knob all the way up on 10.
1 and 2.
And then I start that's where I start. And then next I go to my amp and I get a good clean bass tone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll fine tune each pedal to that clean bass tone.
Yep.
Except for one. And that's my stacking pedal. I always have one pedal on my board that is there only to be used as a second overdrive. Mm-hmm. So that one I'm never going to use by itself. So I will not EQ that to my clean tone. I'll EQ that to my dirt tone.
So that
Same
pedal
way.
comes before another overdrive or distortion.
No, it comes after.
Okay, so that's what sets the character of the tonality then.
Right. But I have to set that pedal according to how it sounds stacked with my other overdrive.
Gotcha.
See what I mean?
Yep.
So that's how I personally do it. And I would think that maybe that's how everybody does it. I don't know.
That's how I approach it.
I've never thought about it.
That's exactly what I do, except now I actually added an extra pedal in front of. I basically have an always on pedal, which is the tube screamer.
Mm-hmm.
Then I stack with the tube screamer. But then if I just really want to push it over the top or almost get into fuzz
You put your
territory,
morning glory.
put my morning glory before the tube screamers.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of do that just to give an extra, push it over the cliff.
Yeah.
So, but I do the same thing. I start the amp, get my amp's toned, then I set my pedals to help accentuate that amp sound.
Okay. Yeah, and you said you kind of do the same thing.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
And if I use the EQ pedal, then I put it after all the dirts or in the effects loop with the amp.
Okay. See, I don't use now acoustic. I'll use the EQ pedal every time.
I love tailoring
Yeah.
the sounds of the amp. Because an amp's EQ is passive.
Right.
EQ pedal is active.
So it cuts or adds.
Well, yeah. So I mean, technically, in an amp, you're really not boosting anything up.
Right.
You're just not cutting those frequencies.
Right.
So versus an EQ pedal, you're actually boosting 100 hertz or whatever.
Right. Makes sense.
You know. So I like to usually bump up about 700, 800 hertz or so, just a touch for a little bit of lead boost.
Okay.
Sound like it hurts.
Hertz. Boom. You want a Hertz donut? Smack hurts, don't it? But hashtag hurts, don't it?
This is what I do. I just crack stupid jokes. Some work, some don't.
Most do.
Yeah.
Most do.
Got a good batting average here with jokes.
Yes, I guess that's kind of. I was thinking maybe that one would take longer, but I guess not. I guess turns out I know what I'm doing.
I just saw another one.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Question for Max, from Alex Clay. So question for Max. When he sets up his binder for settings in different venues, how does he order them? Geographical location from his house? A to Z? What happens if he leaves his binder at home by accident? He's like Batman of the pedal world. Plans for everything.
Chronologically.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say.
As they happen, yeah.
Yep, that's exact. I knew that was going to be the answer. Like, well, I played here first, and then I played there second. So, yeah.
I don't play out that much. It's not a huge binder.
Yeah.
It's actually just a little, a little moleskin little book. Fits in my gig bag.
Hashtag.
Have you thought about putting that on your iPhone?
Hashtag don't worry about it.
yeah. DWAI. Hashtag DWAI, right? Come on. But a good one here, too, was the recording one. Right? Didn't somebody ask about a good way to get it?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Okay,
Alex Clay.
Alex Clay, come on.
So, what's a great starter setup for recording a decent demo without breaking the bank? Mic, recording interface, etc., etc.
Okay, I'm a little out of the loop on recording because I haven't done it for a while. So
Tascam 4-track myself.
Right. So there's obviously going to be some stuff out there that I don't know about, that I'm not hip to, but the easiest way is a Zoom H2 handy recorder.
Those are cool.
At the back of a room, at a performance or something like that. If you're wanting to really make like a demo,
I was gonna say for a decent demo, or just to hear what you sound like.
Well, I mean, if you have a good sound guy, and they got good sound coming off the stage, you can even come. You can go. I've seen people use that. Granted that was like the MySpace age or whatever. Space age, but my space age.
MySpace.
Right? Yeah. Huh. But now, man, there's a. What is it? Behringer. They make the Eurodesk or something like that. It actually has multi-track. That it has a hard drive that you track your band and you can record that way, and it's very decent. It's a very decent demo. Would I record a record that way? Well, actually, maybe. If you could take it off multi-track and remix it, and then get some ambient mics and everything. Maybe I might do that. But if you want to do it as budget friendly as possible, assuming, he did say mics. Yeah.
You can do a lot with 57.
I was getting ready to say an SM57. You can do even vocals.
Yeah.
There's a tune I did on my third record. It's called "Make It All Right," and there's a female vocal on it. We recorded everything in Nashville except for her vocal. I converted a closet into a sound room. Or isolation room. I literally put a music stand with words and a 57 in my closet and recorded her. And if you listen to that, it sounds incredible.
It sounds pretty good.
It sounds super clear, super clean. But, 57 sound great on drums, toms and snares, vocals, guitar cabs. You can probably run direct out of any decent bass amp. But, like, for instance, what we use for the podcast is a Presonus FirePod. Yep. These things, they got to be stupid cheap by now, I would think.
Yeah,
that's.
They were make that one anymore.
No, now it's like the Fire Studio, but you can find it on eBay. I'm sure they're probably $150, $200. So that's stupid cheap, and it's FireWire straight into your computer. You can go into GarageBand and multi-track, right?
Right. Yeah, that's probably my preference. Is GarageBand.
Yeah,
something quick and easy.
Yeah, so which is free if you have a Mac.
Right.
If not, there's probably like Audacity.
Yeah, and you can even get GarageBand for like $20 or something on your iPhone and use an interface like through Line 6.
Yeah.
I think it's IK Multimedia, isn't it? Anyways,
right.
There's different multifaces that you could use to get that audio.
Yeah, exactly. And moreover, the IK Multimedia, you can get good tones that way if you want to run direct.
Amplitude, use an amplitude.
That's kind of like the most budget friendly that I can think of. where you're going to spend most of your money. I hate to say it, is cables, mic cables, and in this like fire pod
And guitar pedals.
Yeah, of course. It's like it's 8 channels simultaneously. I mean, and there's a lot of great prosumer stuff too. If like my problem is my house where I record, and I did every guitar on the last record that I did was from my house, and I used an Apogee Duet 2.
Yeah.
Which was it's got great converters, great mic breeze, and then I went into a Empirical Labs makes something called the Distressor, and it's a compressor, and it's unreal on guitars, and it's like you can get them used for about $1,000, I think. So
It's hardware or software?
it's hardware.
Okay.
So like if you want to build like a pretty serious guitar recording rig or vocal rig, if you're only talking 2 inputs at the same time, you can go Duet, which I think was like brand new, $600, and they probably have a newer, better one out that's even cheaper now. I don't know, but then the Distressor, which is $1,000, and then a 57, or if you want to spend a little bit of money, the mic that fits my voice pretty well is a Neumann TL. What is it? Like a TL 103, I think it's called, and I think you can get those used on eBay for about $600. So for what is that? A little over $2,000.
Yeah.
You got a great vocal rig, and get a 57, and you got a great guitar rig. So if you want to do a whole band, then I would go way cheaper and get an interface like.
If you're just doing budget, I mean, you can basically use GarageBand to just record something quick and dirty.
Yeah, but if you want a decent demo, then I would say use GarageBand with a cheap interface. Something that you can multi-track, and then and nobody says you have to put a mic on the underside of a snare and on the top side and each tom. I've seen a lot of people just use a condenser overhead and then a kick drum. 2 mics on the drums, and they can get killer tones, especially if they're somewhat isolated. And then so I mean you don't have to put a lot of money into it anymore.
Right.
And I've heard some like is it Medeski, Martin and Wood? They did a record with John Schofield, and I think they just used a bunch of room mics or something like that. I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I don't know.
But and also an album, and it sounded killer. So, but I'm sure there's like Neve preamps and stuff going on, and U47 mics and everything.
MXLs.
Yeah, MXLs. Yeah, definitely some MXLs up in this
Just
piece.
go to a studio.
Yeah,
Have somebody do it for you.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Less headaches. Nicer stuff.
Yeah, that is the thing, man. This day and age, like when I cut my first record, there was 2 studios in Indianapolis. That's it. And then by the time I cut my second one, I did that one in Nashville, but there was all kinds of studios. Now, if I wanted to record a record, come on. There's one on every street corner.
Yeah, there's places like a Music Garage.
It's like, yo, man, you need a producer, right?
I think Music Garage is like $40 an hour.
Yeah, that's great.
Which is really, really reasonable.
Yeah, because I think the places that I used to go to, the Lodge, I think they were $85 an hour. So I mean, you're talking
30 years ago.
I was just gonna say more than double, but if you want to.
Back when 2 amps were new.
Yeah,
New technology.
Actually, cut tape.
Oh, cut tape. Yeah. Oh, dude, I had an old guy burn the other day. We were at that guitar show, and I was talking to a guy I know, and I said, man. And he's only 10 years older than me. But I said, I think the guitar vintage market has just passed us by. I said, because everything I look at now, it's like those Supro guitars, those old student models, they'll want like $1,100 or $1,200 for. And I remember those being like $300 guitars, tops.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, it seems like every piece of gear I look at, I can't believe how much they want for it now. I said, maybe it's just passed us by. And he was like, yeah, I mean, it has. He said, but I have a feeling that vintage market's going to crash soon. And he said, maybe not in our lifetime, but probably soon. I said, well, probably not in your lifetime. And Max looked at me like, I'm proud of you. You got to use an old guy burn. But
he's not that much older than you.
Yeah, exactly. He's older than me, older than I am, older than you.
There's a bigger age difference between you and him versus me and you.
Why would you say it that way? That makes no sense.
Shkabang.
Shkabang. I can't think of anything. Max, I know what Max can talk about. Knives.
I am a knife aficionado. I love pocket knives.
He loves pocket knives and flashlights.
Pocket knives and flashlights.
Do you have one of each on you right now?
No, I don't have a... Yeah.
There's this pocket knife.
Emerson knives. Any of you guys like knives? I'm a huge Emerson guy. They make knives for like Navy SEALs and all kinds of special forces stuff. I can never be a special forces guy. Not that I have anything against them. They're really awesome. I'm just too chubby. But I can carry their knives, by God, and I do. Yeah. Emerson knives. They're not cheap. I think this one's like almost $300.
Yeah.
So it's like the boutique knife community.
It is the boutique knife community. And
Emerson, check them out.
And then there's other like Spyderco.
Spyderco, yeah, I'm Benchmade.
They're a little cheaper, right?
Yeah, Microtech.
Not cheap, but inexpensive.
Yeah, they're. I mean, it depends which model, I guess.
Yeah.
This is like the base knife Emerson. They get pretty expensive stuff.
And then there's like the Anox line of Victorinox, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I don't ever carry those, but
huh?
I don't ever carry those.
Right, you don't like them.
Yeah, but yeah, I get some automatic stuff on Microtech and Raven. So Ravenclaw, or Raventech, I think. Yeah, anyways, they make great knives too. So check them out. I like knives, pointy things, and things go bang. I'm a big gun guy too. So
yeah. I didn't know if you wanted that common knowledge because some people will automatically judge you if you like
they're already
guns.
going to judge me like, well, a knife. Might as well now. Cat's out of the bag. Yeah.
Knife and gun, there's different. I mean,
you don't like
even British people believe in knives.
No. You don't like it, we won't have to be friends.
I don't know.
Just not knives over 3 inches.
I've heard comments both ways. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. That's
exactly.
Yeah. And
if you don't have my opinion, it's all right.
Yeah. What do they say? They're like buttholes. Everybody has one. Everybody stinks, but theirs.
Yeah. Yeah. To each their own. I mean, yeah. I can go on all day about gun carry and that sort of thing.
See, here's the thing. I got him going on knives. Who was it that asked to get Max going? I got him going.
Yeah. There you go, Alex. There you go.
Was it Alex? Was it?
I like knives. So
yeah.
I think it was Alex. I don't know.
Free the Beagle. The Beagle's been set free.
Yeah, the Beagle has been set free. But
oh, I'm sorry. That was Todd Gilbert.
Yeah. But also, if you go to the Chasing Tones Facebook and you click on the people that we follow, we actually follow Emerson Knives.
It's true.
It is true. So
Bernie Emerson, great guy.
Is he?
Yep, he's made a couple knives. So.
Well, see, look at that. Normally he has a flashlight on him too.
It's in my briefcase.
You know he's
4.7's flashlights. There you go.
You know he's a rock star because he carries a briefcase.
That's true. Yeah. It's full of this, like, it looks like a 6-year-old's backpack. It's like, what's in this? Like crumpled paper,
candy.
I got some strings, some candy. And it's like guitar tech tools. I literally have like everything in my briefcase that anybody ever needs for guitar.
So I figured it would smell like leather-bound books or something.
Yeah, it pretty much
and
does.
Rich mahogany.
Rich mahogany. Yeah. It's like
coffee.
Hey, anybody have like an 18-inch straight edge? I'm like, yeah, I got one here, man. Here we go. Let's set that guitar up.
Or if somebody says, anybody got an 18-inch straight edge? He'll be like, damn it, no, I'll go get that tonight.
That'll be my briefcase, and I'll carry it around
to get
for
a bigger briefcase.
A year and a half. It's like, why are you carrying a backpack now?
In case somebody needs a straight edge. But so there we go. We freed the Beagle.
Yeah.
So
don't ever ask that again. Ever.
No, there's other things he's into. I could ask him to talk about your brother, how he's into ham radios.
It's true.
Yeah, his whole family, they're into stuff.
Yeah, we have weird hobbies.
It's not weird. Here's the thing.
I'm into telescopes. Anybody like telescopes? I don't know.
Here's the thing that I finally figured out is some people you're like, you might make fun of me because I do this, I do that, and this. It's like everything is a stupid hobby.
Oh,
Everything in the world, right? People who collect guitars, it's stupid. To people who don't collect guitars,
right?
You know, people who there's a bigger group of stupid people that like cars than there are guitar pedals. But that doesn't mean it's not a stupid hobby.
At least we have hobbies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
I probably have too many. It's like drinking a hobby. I'm excellent.
But no, craft beer is.
I love craft beer. Yeah, I like bourbon.
We've already talked about how my theory of beer is a sports drink.
Yeah, I think that was like episode 5.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's true.
You drink it while you watch sports.
But if that was true, I'd be a professional athlete at this point.
But I always thought beer was one of those things that you drink whenever you're burning something
or depressed. For me,
yes, burning something.
No, not the marijuana.
No, Brian's not into that. That's not one of his hobbies. It's not one of mine either.
It's not one of mine. No, sir. Weed drugs are bad. You don't want to do the weed drugs.
No.
The weed drugs are bad
Johnny
for
Law
you.
come get you.
Johnny Law come get you. Well, that, or
We
you'll
don't
have
have
a,
on
Because we are.
that Chasing Tone
Or-
podcast.
you'll have a seizure in downtown Amsterdam, bite off one of your teeth.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any questions or
Twice.
comments, yeah, just once.
Oh, okay.
Just once.
Yeah.
If you have any questions or comments, hashtag amnesia haze. That's what they call that. That's what they sold it at. But leave questions or comments in the section below on Facebook or YouTube. Check us out on Facebook at Chasing Tone Podcast and Instagram at Chasing Tone Podcast. Leave us a review on iTunes. That'd be super sweet.
Only a good one,
Super
though.
sweet.
Someone left us a 2-star review.
Sweet. That's fine. That's great. They gave
I
their
mean, they
opinion.
liked me. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
They just didn't like
It's-
you guys.
well,
So,
Duh.
I mean,
Well,
That's
we
everybody.
talk
we
more.
don't have to be friends anymore. 2-star review.
It is true.
I'm just kidding.
Also, shoot us an email, podcast at wamplerpedals.com. For Max and Brian, I'm Travis.
See ya next week.